Bitcoin was created to free the world from corporate and government financial control, providing the world with a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, a digital currency allowing to freely send small, casual transactions. But don't just take my word for it. It's all laid out in the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper, where Bitcoin is clearly defined as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Not only did this prevent small groups of people from controlling who, when, and where you send your money, it also allowed individuals to send any amount of money instantly, even micropayments, anywhere in the world for a fraction of a cent. The first few years of Bitcoin and the blockchain were highly successful. Bitcoin continued to provide low fees with fast, inexpensive online transfers, allowing users complete control over their money. This allowed for actual utility, creating a medium of exchange that got communities on board, creating excitement as the potential for economic freedom became more and more possible for everyone, everywhere. However, only recently Bitcoin became a completely different user experience, resulting in high fees and slow confirmation times. Because of this and other conflicts within Bitcoin's path, on August 1st, 2017, the Bitcoin blockchain forked, creating two new chains, one of which was Bitcoin Core, which continued to maintain a 1 megabyte block size, resulting in high fees, congestion, creating financial profit solely for the financial entities that run Bitcoin Core. Next, we have Bitcoin Cash, which is upgraded to an 8 megabyte block size by default, allowing for continued assurance for a global peer-to-peer electronic cash system, providing miners and the community the ability to profit as Bitcoin Cash grows. Bitcoin Cash follows the original intentions laid out by Satoshi Nakamoto, but we'll get back to Bitcoin Cash later. First, let's take a look at Bitcoin Core, which many have blindly confused as Bitcoin. Core has implemented SegWit, or segregated witness, which was intended to resolve congestion on the blockchain and reduce fees, though so far has only resulted in absurdly higher fees with ongoing and lagging transaction times. This once revolutionary technology, now a complete failure due to the lack of proper care and direction from Core developers. It's no surprise countless merchants and businesses have flat out removed Bitcoin Core due to its complete uselessness in commerce and as a P2P system, which was its sole intended purpose. As Roger Ver has said, Bitcoin Core is basically like digital gold that crumbles into nothingness every time you try to use it. This brings us to the Lightning Network, which is Bitcoin's core second layer solution to more transactions and lower fees through sidechains. This, however, is not Bitcoin blockchain. In fact, it's the very thing Bitcoin was created to defy. The primary issue with the Lightning Network is that it's in the grip of a small group of people who plan to create and profit from these sidechains and off-chain payment channels. As fees increase, so will their profits, and this will echo throughout the entire Lightning system. Financed and driven by the big banks, these fees are essential to their existence and will ultimately be here to stay as your Bitcoin diminishes before your eyes. When buying into the Bitcoin Core Lightning Network, Core will essentially take your Bitcoin and exchange trade you an IOU, which can only be used on the Lightning Network. This is not Bitcoin. You must then trust that those IOUs will be stored, not spent, and returned to you quickly when you want them, requiring added risk while paying additional fees all along the way, a staggering resemblance to the dated Federal Reserve Fund which Bitcoin sought to defy. Core and their financiers are a direct result of these fees solely because they are directly profiting from them, profiting all the way to the banks and the 1% that finance them. Unable to usher in this technology responsibly to the world, Bitcoin Core has also prevented the ability for microtransactions or small, casual peer-to-peer payments because of the ever-increasing fees and slow transaction times. And as you know, sending $10 of cash through Bitcoin Core results in over $15 in fees. Illogical, impractical, and utterly useless. The division of Bitcoin Core from the Bitcoin white paper becomes more apparent day by day, with many comparing the success of Bitcoin to its increasing price and the degree of decentralization Bitcoin holds, arguing that Bitcoin is not a currency but a store of value. With the price increasing on one side and the fundamentals diminishing increasingly on the other, Bitcoin Core is at best purely speculation, which is not a store of value or currency. If we think of Bitcoin decentralization as its sole purpose, we overlook its true intention, in that the goal of Bitcoin has always been to become money, with decentralization being a means to an end, removing a central point of failure. With Lightning, the off-chain payment system cannot offer any added degree of decentralization, as these payment channels only create an added layer of complexity and greater risk to your data and money, creating further and unnecessary complications. Core has gotten so far away from the white paper, Bitcoin Core now has little or nothing to do with Bitcoin itself, aside from the name. If a digital collectible is what Core is dreaming of, be assured it's a much different dream than the revolutionary vision many hold to defy the banks and provide economic freedom for all. This is where Bitcoin Cash comes in. Bitcoin Cash holds true to the original vision laid out by Satoshi Nakamoto, allowing for fast, easy, inexpensive, peer-to-peer transactions to anyone, anywhere on the planet. Bitcoin Cash allows for micropayments, allowing you to send only a few cents or millions of dollars anywhere on Earth with fees virtually non-existent. The same cannot be said about Core. Bringing utility back to Bitcoin, as well as an incredible and dynamic community, Bitcoin Cash allows for the potential for economic freedom for everyone. Developers, businesses, and everyday users have every reason to be excited for the bright future ahead for Bitcoin Cash. Download a Bitcoin Cash wallet today and see for yourself why Bitcoin Cash is the real peer-to-peer electronic cash system outlined in the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin.